Nigerian International Film and TV Summit holds its 6th edition. On October 25, 2023, the 6th edition of the Nigerian International Film and TV Summit took place at the Marriott Hotel in Ikeja, Lagos. This summit serves as a significant initiative in fostering connections and positioning the film industry for global business ventures, partnerships, and collaborations. The event spans across key territories, hosting consecutive events in cities like Paris, London, Cannes, Toronto, and Los Angeles. By actively focusing on global positioning and bridge building, the summit expands opportunities for the film and TV ecosystem, particularly within the Nollywood industry. The summit provided a vital platform for in-depth exploration of issues pertinent to the Nigerian film industry, including Hollywood distribution in Nigeria and the international appeal of Nollywood productions. It also aimed to address the opportunities, potential concerns, and challenges surrounding the film business in Nigeria for international distributors and film investors. Stand-up comedian Daniel Nwoka, popularly known as Dan the Humorous, along with Toyosi Etimefyong, Chinwe Chukudire, and Morayo Afolabi Brown, served as hosts for the event. Notable figures from various sectors of the entertainment industry encompassing acting, cooking, movie production, and more. Here are the highlights.
When you have a digital channel, it's very easy for you to go to a possible sponsor and say, listen, these are my numbers, this is my viewership, this is how many people are watching my content. You can't make it up, you can't guess it. So it's very easy to be able to work with sponsors to say, listen, I have 10 million eyeballs. What do you have that can reach these 10 million eyeballs? And we found that in terms of getting sponsors on board, it started really slowly, but we're getting there now. And then obviously from the Accelerate Plus side, what we've done is it is a subscription platform.
Funding is a problem. Advertising revenues are not commensurate with our population, and there's no structure. I think essentially everything comes down to government. There's no structure, there's no leadership. South Africa, that doesn't have our numbers, has bigger advertising budgets because they have figures. You can measure the audience. So I keep saying it, we keep concentrating on the big towns. There's an audience out there that there's no record of, there's no data for, there's nothing. So there's a need, if we're going to compete globally, we have to be able to show our numbers. We keep saying we're over 200 million people. The budgets don't show that we're over 200.
You know, a few years ago, I was watching CNN, and I think that was when Clinton came to Nigeria. When he was about to be interviewed, he was not interviewed in Abuja. They flew him to a dusty area in Abuja, and he sat down with our president. Then it became obvious to me that there's a narrative being pushed about Africa. Then I started watching the CNN with a third eye. I noticed that it was persistent. Anytime you want to show an African, there has to be a very big fly perching in their faces and their mouth, such that sometimes I wonder, don't they even have hand to, Then one day I was in the US, and the taxi driver asked me, "You are from Africa?" I said, "Yes." Then, he asked me, "Do you people see lions on your street?" I said, "No. For you to see a lion, you have to go to the zoo." He said, "Wait a minute. This is the same answer that everybody from Africa that has been carrying, tells him." It got me thinking again. Then I said to myself that, we have to be a voice for our people.
We're not conscious of the fact that we have a lot to offer. It feels like when you want to talk about entertainment or the creative space in Nigeria, you're talking music, you're talking film or drama series, and that's it. Then you move to documentaries. Food is never really on the front burner. And for us, we feel that there's a lot more that can be done. I mean, if you look at it, Gina, for instance, haven't done this on television for so long and monetized it. She's doing so well. She's moved from there to digital, and she's influencing. I mean, I'm sure she's going to be leaving soon because she's actually she came from a set TV commercial set. And that exactly is what we're trying to do here.
Hello, my name is Temilala Balogun Akimoda. A lot of people know me as Timmy B, and this was a fantastic session. I cannot wait for the world to see what Nollywood is doing and Nigeria is doing in film and TV.
At the NIF Summit, obviously content, conversations on the new content, old content, and how to make Nollywood better, and a progressive state, really. And one of the things I've taken from there is that, from here, is the fact that people are looking to buy Nigerian content, African content, and we are also in the business of evolving and be better and be more, so we can compete on a global scale, and that's what this summit is about, really.
In terms of content, I would say Rebel is looking for original stories. Everyone has said this here before. We want authentic stories. We want to tell stories about Africa. Just like everyone before me said, I schooled in Ohio, and I remember I got a lot of these questions too. People would ask me, do you live in a hut? Have you ever seen a giraffe? And I just realized that all these things were coming from what they saw, the contents that were coming out of Africa, and people just have the wrong impression of us.
Hi everyone, my name is Ibrahim Suleiman. It's a pleasure to be here. The summit has been amazing. We've had some really, really insightful sessions about where, film and TV content in Nigeria is going and how far we've come. And I'm just super glad that this is happening, because the more conversations we have with each other, the easier it is for us to collaborate together, which, in my opinion, is the only way for us to grow. So yeah, super glad to be here. Thank you for having me.